Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Maybe you're expecting some piglets very soon. We are going to show you some things that you need when you're getting ready for piglets. We've been working on socializing our piglets now that they're out here on their own. You can see that they need a little bit of work, but it's always an exciting time once you know your females are pregnant and ready to have piglets. We want to do a quick video today and show you everything you're going to need as you await the arrival of your piglets. You're not going to need a bucket when you're expecting piglets, but we do need to go collect some eggs because it is 20 degrees out and we do not want our eggs to freeze. Let's go get those eggs. Then we're going to show you all of our sows that we have seen bred and we are expecting piglets from this spring. And this is why we need to get the eggs collected early today. All right, not too bad of a haul for 9 o'clock in the morning. Let's get those taken in and we'll come collect some more eggs later this afternoon. Okay, so we've went from false spring, 50s, almost 60s. Then we went to needing Noah's Ark, 3 to 4 inches of rain. We're supposed to get 2 more inches of rain coming up here, but today it's frozen. So our pasture is taking a beating. But that is why this is a sacrifice spot. We will be moving these pigs over here shortly. We want to wait till that next rain is gone. But you guys have seen most of these ones. This is Tuck's pen, and we have witnessed everyone get bred. Molly multiple times, so we're not sure she is taking anything. Good morning, Tuck. But that is the first pen. So most of these pigs are going to be close to June if they've taken on the breedings that we've seen happen. If they don't take, it'll be another 21 days. So pigs will come into heat every 21 days. Heat usually lasts about 3 days long where they can get bred, and then they're off of their cycle and back on another 21 days. So if you're trying to figure that out, some of our females are hard to see when they come into heat. You can do what is called a standing heat. If you push down on their backs and they don't move, they are in standing heat. So some of them are hard to see, so that's why it's hard to catch all of these. And honestly, we're not outside 24 hours a day watching these pigs. This group here is right outside of our house. So a lot of times when we're eating, that is the show we get to watch. So it actually works out good, so we know when they are bred. So that's the first group. They've been in there a while. We just moved a whole bunch of pigs back into breeding pens. And let's talk about those other pens that we have noticed. All right, it's going to be the same story at every pen. Wet and muddy. Today frozen. In the future, moving to some better pasture. But here's our second pen. This one has been a hard one. We are thinking they are bred. How's it going, Ryder? So there's Ryder. There's Corey, our Barrow. Obviously, he's not doing anything. And then we've got mother and daughter, Willow and Willa Bean. We wrote down a date where we thought they looked like they were in heat and possibly bred. So keeping our fingers crossed, those two have got the job done. Well, technically, Ryder has got the job done with those two. You can tell it's cold today. Most everybody is in the house unless it is feeding time. Back here by the pond, we've got Phil and Peggy. Y'all don't have to get up for me. Hey, Phil. Hey, Phil. So Phil was up there with Tuck and the girls, so he may be the daddy to some of those other pigs. How you doing? Here's Peggy. She is over 2. This is her first time being put in because she was a smaller pig, but we did witness this breeding, and so we've got the dates marked down and looking forward to some Phil. You don't have to get up for me, bud. You just relax back here. You guys remember Phil getting scratches and then just posing. And there he goes again. So excited. He is definitely the most chill boy on our farm. He never knocks a female out of her bowl. He just moves on to the next one. We really love his personality. Hoping to see some piglets from Phil and Peggy. You just stay right there. It's cold outside. All right, on to the next pen. We are in Henry's area. Henry's got 2 females in here with him. And he's got Leonard, our young boar, that's not breeding yet. Hey, Henry, you don't have to get up for us. So we definitely witnessed Claire get bred and Delilah. Delilah is possible due date is March. So she could be here just next month. We could have piglets. She's looking big, looking close. No for sure signs yet because we got at least a month if she did take, but that could be an earlier litter. But then Claire, with her first litter, we did witness her being bred, and her date is written down for this spring. So fingers crossed, everybody in this pen will have piglets. Told you it's cold. No piglets coming out of this pen, but everyone's bundled up. You don't have to come out. Right, last breeding pen. We've got Gordon. Hey, bud. It's not dinner time yet. Gordon is the opposite of Phil. He is not mean, but if he wants a bowl, everyone's getting out of the way, that's for sure. So last pen, we have Connie. Witnessed her getting bred, and Betty White. Hey, Betty. Fortunately for us, my mother-in-law's front porch is right over there. So she was able to witness the breeding. She saw Betty for sure, and then we saw evidence of Connie being bred. Now, when we say evidence, if you look at their hind end, it is all wet, and that is usually a good sign. Sometimes if it's muddy, they'll have mud on their sides, their hair's all bent over. So those are signs you can look for if you don't see the actual breeding. But we noticed both of these, and so piglets on the way. So when I say on the way, we are expecting early June. Most of these breedings that we saw were within a week and a half to 2 weeks of each other. So hopefully they'll all be close. It's nice to get them all born at the same time if you have the space. Now, once you see them bred, how long do you have to wait? How long is a pig pregnant for before she has her piglets? Well, it's the threes. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 3 seconds, and you'll have piglets. Just kidding. It's only 3 threes. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, or 116 days. That's how long a pig is going before she has piglets. So that's an easy way to remember: 3, 3, 3. Or if you just want one number, 116 days. Now, when you're getting ready for those piglets, you want to be ready. We normally move them over within a week of their due date. Sometimes we're really close to that. Sometimes we're a little early, but it's nice to have them where you want them to have those piglets. So let's head into our farrowing barn and check out what we need and what we've got ready to have our piglets. All right, inside of our barn, we have a video actually that shows all this, but I'll show you a quick rundown. We have 6 stalls, 3 stalls on each side. These stalls are 10 by 10, and they have worked out great for us. This one is practically set up. If you've seen the last video, we cleaned these out. So this is plenty of area. I'm going to show you different things you can use besides this. This is a little bit overkill. You don't need an area this big, but this is what we thought would be the best for us. We like to be in here with these pigs, so we wanted to have enough room for us and enough room for those pig mamas to feel comfortable. So this is what we came up with, and it has worked out great. So anyway, the first thing, probably maybe the most important, maybe not, is a heat lamp. Depending on the time of year, obviously we had some winter litters, and you want it to be warm enough, 90 to 95 degrees, where those piglets can get up and get warm. This area here is called a creep. We've got a bar here so the piglets can get in but the mamas cannot get in. It gives the piglets a safe place to go where they can go lay down and sleep and not worried about getting laid on by mom. So any area you have should have a creep. Those piglets are attracted to that heat and they will go up under there and get out of the way where they can feel safe and mama doesn't have to worry about laying on piglets. So their creep area. The other thing that we normally will have for the outside, we'll have a bar set up here. That's just a 2x4. We'll put it up a little off the ground. Mamas can easily step over, but piglets cannot get out. When those piglets are first born, they wander around, and if they go out here, they can get lost, they can wander away, they don't really know where home is. Ask us how we know. We've had an issue. We didn't know the due date was coming up. I had forgotten to get that bar put up. We had a piglet wander. Actually, it was in this barn. It wandered all the way down to that barn where I found it the next day. Fortunately, it was safe and everything was good, but it is nice to have this up. Piglets will jump over that within 3 days, but by then they know where home is. They want to be by mom, so they'll come back around to her and she'll be fine. In the winter, we also use these flaps, keep some of the air out, the breeze out, just to keep a warmer space. You can see it on this one for those piglets. So basically, that is it. Well, that is not quite it. Let's go down here and check out the mamas. We've got one mama in here. Her name is Smitten, and she has a litter in here right now. And her farrowing area is set and ready. It's got her bar so the piglets can't get out. They're old enough now that they've been going out and it doesn't matter. You need some bedding. We use hay. Some people use straw. Some people use shavings. We like hay because it's readily available to us. They can make a nest down in it and get ready for their piglets, and they do just fine. You can see piglets are over here underneath this heat lamp. They're away from mama. They can sleep safely, and she can also lay down and not worry about having to lay on a pig, and she has been a great mama. As far as things, once your farrowing area is set and ready to go, the things that some people use, we don't use a lot. We use a towel. We will bring a towel out with us to wipe those babies down, get the mucus off them, get them all cleaned up and dry. Guys, it's nice for us. It doesn't need to be done, but it's nice when we're out here watching. We want to get them dry and cleaned up for mama. But some of the best litters I've had is the ones that we've missed, and we come out and all the piglets are dry and they are doing just fine. Mama's taking care of them. These pigs are great mamas. They can do without us, but it is nice to be out here just in case there are any issues. But that is honestly the only thing we've used. The other thing I would suggest possibly, because we did have one issue where we had to go up inside mama, a piglet was stuck. So if you have some rubber gloves, maybe some Vaseline for a lubricant, if there's ever an issue and you need to go up and get a pig out, you can save obviously the piglet, but you're also going to save the mama. And we've had many litters on our farm, and we've only ever had to do that once, and it was a last ditch effort. We do not have a vet close to us, and so we had to get in there and save that piglet and save that mama. So that is the only other thing I would have on hand, just in case. Some people will cut umbilical cords, use iodine. We've never done that. I'm not saying it's something you shouldn't do or should do. It's just something you're comfortable with. We've never had an issue, so that's never been a thing. So honestly, once your farrowing area is set up, heat lamp, creep area, board to keep the piglets in that mama can still get out of, I think you are good. That is what we use. And it's just like kids. Your first kid, you were super, super safe, and they only eat the healthiest things, and they can't do this and they can't do that. Then your second litter gets a little less. Your third litter, by the time you get to your third or fourth kid, there's survival of the fittest, right? But I'm just kidding. But the more you have, the easier it is. And that's the same way with these piglets. I'm not saying it's always easy, but I'm just saying you'll get comfortable and it'll be easier for everybody. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. I don't want you to get discouraged. You do not need a big old barn like this. We've actually had piglets in our pallet shelters, and it is the same concept. There's a creep area that piglets can get in, and mamas can't get under, we'll put a heat lamp back there. The problem with that is, well, fortunately for us, it's by our other barn and we can plug in a heat lamp close. We've also had piglets in pigloos, and obviously we didn't have electricity out where the pigloos are, so we had to move them to the farrowing area. But any place is fine if you can make it. Just basically they need to be out of the elements, out of the wind, out of the rain, so it does not need to be a big old barn. I've seen 3-sided shelters. Like I said, we've done pigloos, pallet shelters. Anything that keeps them out of the elements will work perfect for your farrowing area. Once piglets are born, there's a few things that people will do. Some people will give them iron shots at 3 days old. We've never done any shots. I'm not for or against. I mean, if that's the practices you use on your farm and that's what works for you, that is perfect. We've never done shots, and the piglets have been good. We will worm at 8 weeks once they are weaned from mama, and then they are good to go. Usually it's about the 3-day mark. People will say once they're 3 days old, they're pretty good. There are things you need to watch for. If their sides are caving in, breathing very heavy, that's usually a sign of ammonia, and you'll need to treat that quickly. Usually an antibiotic is a treatment for that ammonia. We normally don't like to give shots, but when that happens, pneumonia can take those piglets real fast. So you want to be very preventative and make sure you get that taken care of. So we will use an antibiotic when we do notice those symptoms. But guys, it's great. Mamas can take care of them good. Normally it's a lot easier than people think it is. Hey pigs. And you will enjoy those piglets on your farm. So don't be stressed, just be prepared. Have everything that you need ready for those piglets, and things will go just great. These piglets are great, mamas are good, they can take care of them. It is nice to be out there and see the birth take place, and we definitely really enjoy it. So if you're looking for spring piglets this year, hopefully some of those things will help you out as you get ready and get prepared for those litters. We've got a bunch of spring litters coming up. We're excited to show you guys. We're prepared for it and ready. Don't forget to make the change, and we will see you on the next video.